folks, welcome back. This is our first Mastodon lesson. You've got Doug Williams and John Brooks over at Patreon to thank for this one. So first of all, tuning. Your entire guitar needs to go down one whole step or 2 frets worth. So you are basically in D standard, okay? So you've basically got D, G, C, F, A, D. You're probably thinking I've bought another guitar. I haven't, but check it out. This is a Blanchflower Guitars from my mate Markus. Look at that. This is on loan. Look at this. It's got like a sort of pinstripe going down the fretboard, which is amazing. Do go and check his stuff out on Instagram or on his webpage. I'll put the links in the description below because he makes some really cool stuff. Now, tone-wise, you could probably do with 2 fairly light gain drives for this one. I'm using the Chase Bliss Brothers AM because it's got 2 channels on it and it's easy to show you that. So the first channel's a light drive for this part. Just a very light bit of breakup, and then I add the second channel for all the other bits. And now the first part's cool. It's actually in a slightly slower BPM than when the song gets going, but you're going to play this triplet arpeggiated part, and I've got 7, 9, open, 10, open. So you need to make sure those are ringing out. My thumb at the back here is sat there just so I can arch my finger round the neck, yeah? And you do this picking pattern. And then you slide it up to the 10th fret and repeat it. And around again. And if you're struggling to get the alternate picking stuff down, I do a sort of fairly bouncy motion with my right hand. And you can exaggerate that. To make sure you're not catching any of the other strings. And then Brent's lead part comes in over the top. Again, I just pop on a little bit of extra gain, and we've got this. And the second time, that's it, right? Then there's a slight variance the second time around you play it, but let's start here. We've got this cool run. So you've got a hammer on, 7 to 10. I use my little finger for this. You could use your third. But you've got to be able to do 9, 9 on the same fret but different strings then, right? So I go downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, then to the 7th fret. And that slides up to the 11th fret. That's the first 6 notes. So I would tackle those first. When you get here with your first finger, you can then put your second finger down on the 12th fret on the next string above and go. So we've got 12th fret, 10, 14, 10, hammer on, pull off. And back down. Again. Okay, so the whole first bar. Pretty cool, isn't it? And then we go. So you've got a slide 12 to 14. And then 14 to 15, okay? So the first 2 bars. Wicked. Next time, the first 6 notes are the same. You go to the 12th fret and then you run down. So again, pull off, hammer on, pull off. And then back to the 11th. 2, 3, So the whole first time. Like that. Next time round. That's the same as before. And that's the kind of alternative part. So you know the first two bits already. So this second half of the second time round would be... I think he plays that. So you do... So an open string, so you can get to these unison bends on the 7th and 9th fret, right? So it's just... This main riff took me a while to get into my head. It's 3 bars of 5/4, okay, which is unusual. This is cool, check it out. That's the first riff, right? Crazy, isn't it? That's the first time round, okay? And it plays 4 times. So I would break this into little chunks. You've got a slide. So that's going 3rd fret to 6th fret, right? Then you do a slide from the 2nd to the 5th. Then you go 2nd to 5th. So kind of repeat of the first pattern, right? Then you go to the 6th fret. And then this turnaround part. Like that, okay? Let's go through it slowly, right? I would stop there and I would do this bar by bar. So I would first learn, get that down, then add on. At that point, I would link the 2. And then I'd go to the turnaround because you've got... which can be quite sort of jarring, right? So you've got 5 to 8 and you slide and then play an open string. You could do the same 2 to 5, but I think those aren't slid. I think they're picked. And then again, and then an extra 2nd fret at the end. So again. And then back in. Then we're back into this. And we're in a different tempo now, so I've left this as 6/4. Again with the solo part. All that good stuff. Back into the verse riff. Then there's this kind of bridging section which goes into the next 12/8 part. We've got 2 bars of 11/8 and a bar of 5/4, okay? And essentially, coming out of this, out of that, you kind of repeat that phrase, but it's tweaked ever so slightly because you start with an open low D, the 6th string, right? But you're going to play. So the first 2 bars of 11/8 would be. Like that. Then you tag on a bar of 5/8, which which is the same as the last two parts with that last second fret chord omitted. So that whole phrase slowly. Then this next part comes in. And that repeats around, okay, with some harmonies. And you might note when you're listening to it, it's a little jarring when this bit comes in, and it's because of that preceding, you know, few weird bars of 11/8 and 5/4. So this part, 12/8 now, we go 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, okay. That's just an octave on the 7th fret. That is being muted by a little bit of meat on my first finger. Then we go. A few slides. So slide. And again. Then down. Again. Okay, so just repeating that same pattern twice, and then round again, right? I think it goes around twice. Then we've got a little harmony over the top, which is the 11th fret octave. Same phrase basically, but you're playing it at the 11th fret rather than the 7th. Then we go back into our main verse riff. You play that 3 times. The 4th time there's a bar of 9/8 at the end. Of course there is, why wouldn't you have one? And it goes back into this part, okay? So that would be... and then in. So let me do the transition for you. Like that. Again with... that harmony, and then this is cool, we have then there's some like lead parts over the top. You've got, and you can play it here, this next part. Then he goes, something along those lines. The rhythm part though goes. You got that going on. This is what Brent's playing, right? So you've got 2 2 4. Then you go. I would leave my little finger in place there. And you play that around 4 times with the... all that stuff. This next part's really cool. We go... and then we go into a very quick fill. I'll come to that in a sec. Let's get this rhythm first. We go... and then into this fill, which is really tricky. It's something like... so the first part is going to be... and then... really tricky. And back around. I can't even play that to speed at the moment. I haven't had a chance to learn it. And you do that the first and third times. The second and the fourth, slightly different. And then you go. And then round again. It's almost the same pattern, but on the 9th fret on the D. And it's all palm muted. That's the difference. Instead of going, you do that. So that bit is super, super tricky. And as I say, I haven't even had a chance to learn that bit, but the notes are right, I think. And you come out of it. And that is the end. I hope you enjoyed that one. Really cool, challenging piece of music though, to be fair. So, you know, give yourself some time with it. See you again soon. Cheers.